Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to another reaction. Today, we are talking about what happened in the Premier League. Holy moly, what a game just ended up between Man United and Arsenal. That game was fire, especially in the second half. The first half has total domination from Arsenal and good defending from Man United. But and of course, the first half, I believe, ended up with a win for Man United from a beautiful free kick from the Portuguese Fernandes. Bruno burns today Arsenal hopes for the title, I feel. So Bruno, good job. What a beautiful goal. Holy moly. Garnacho was fantastic today. Mazraoui was on top. I can't remember the guy. What's his name again? I think it in Portuguese is hard really to pronounce. Delect and Dalot. Holy moly, Dalot was really good. He had a beautiful control of a ball. I appreciate those moments when they happen. So crazy game, ladies and gentlemen. Holy, this honestly, as I said, the first half was a total domination from Arsenal. Man United had some opportunities, but they were not completed. It is always Arsenal was able to pick the ball and keep going, but the second half, oh my God, Man United felt like they figured something out after the break. They were really good. Like, they were pressing. I don't know. This is what I said before. If you guys remember, if you watch my video before about videos, actually, when I talked about Man United, when they play with bigger teams, they are always there. They always, perform well. And the second half was a good example. My God, this was a crazy game. That was a really crazy game. And Arsenal came back and scored with Declan Rice, who was fantastic in this game. We saw Martin Elliot came in back today with Arsenal. So we'll see. He's after, all the, after the injury. So we'll see how he's going to perform going forward. Holy moly, there was some opportunities at the end of the game. They were scary for both teams. I'm sure everybody's had their hand on their heart, and it was crazy. By the way, Hoyland, my God, come on, man, what do you need? Are you becoming another Nunes? You don't score clear opportunities. He had two head to head. He was just him. He was just slow. I was watching beIN Sport, and the guy was so funny. He said that Hornet needs a pillow or something. When I think Mazraoui gave him the ball, and he took so much time to he stopped it, and it's well, you don't need to stop that one and kick it. That's what I talk about, guy. Visualization for players, for especially attackers. You need to visualize yourself in those positions. What do you need to do? You are surrounded by defenders, and you are in the momentum of the ball. Don't need to stop it, then kick it. You know what? You are not playing on the street, right? You are playing with professional players. The ball coming, just pinching in. Oh my God, that was a really clear opportunity for him, and he missed it. He had another one, and he missed it too. I would say, for me, Arsenal played very well. They tried very, very hard. All the players were really good, but the most outstanding players for me, of course, Odegaard is always gonna be there. He's amazing. Trossard was good. Rice was good. Raya was fantastic with the last save in the last minute. So generally, their team, like Arsenal, was really good. But if we go to Man United, oh my God, some players today in Man United were fantastic. I'm gonna tell you that Dalot, Delit, Mazraoui was fantastic. Holy moly, Mazraoui needs to play in this position more in the second half. He was all over the place. He is a smooth player. He just, oh my God, I just don't know, man. This guy, he was fantastic today. He helped a lot. He gave He gave he almost had assist today twice, and he almost scored once. But his shot, that's what I'm talking about for Hoyland. You see, when Mazawi had that ball, he didn't stop it and try to kick it. He just went with it, right? And the goalkeeper, I think, or the defender was able to move it a little bit to around, and ended up to be a corner. Garnacho was great. Garnacho has so much energy. He runs with the ball. All he had so many. He was able to score in few occasions, and he made life miserable for Arsenal defenders. This game was very fantastic, and you know what? I know Arsenal. I know Arsenal. What can I say? Like, they won in the Champions League 7-1. But when I was doing my predictions for this weekend games, I predicted, or actually, I went with the underdog in this game, which was Man United, and almost proved me right. Because in the Champions League, I went with the underdogs, and they all proved me wrong. But Man United, because I know Man United, when they play with bigger teams, they really perform. I don't know. I think it's just a psychological push they get or something. I don't know. They need to figure this thing out. Like, the team was working hard together like crazy. Like, can the coach make them play like this every time? I don't know. That's a big question. Like, they complain that they don't have players that will play well, but when you see them in such games, they really perform. They had some nice plays, like quick plays, like boom, 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 in tight spaces, because Arsenal was putting so much pressure on them. But they were. I'm gonna check the ball position in the second, in the general percentages, but I'm sure it's not gonna be that big for Arsenal, because Man United really performed well in the second half. Really good game, really good game. I did not hear what the coaches said already, because I just wanted to react from what I saw, and I enjoyed the game. I'm sure people in the field were really enjoying it. And you know what I heard today? I don't know. I'm not really familiar so much with what's going on in the fields, because I've never been there. But if you watch Paris Saint-Germain last time against Liverpool, they were like, there was a guy who like used the microphone and like keeps pushing the fans, right? And that's what I heard today. I think I heard it one time in Old Trafford, when the guy said, I think we had 73,000. Thank you so much for coming in. They should do that more often, like especially in these games. I'm talking about people like for people who, like, for in this situation, Manchester United, of course, they need all the push they can get from the fans. You see the players always like going, come on, guys, like, just keep helping us, right? And putting pressure on Arsenal. They should maybe do those announcements more often, maybe 4 times, two in the first half and 2 in the second half, and push the fans to go crazier and crazier to help their teams. And sometimes that can put pressure on the opponents, right? We know it. There are some fields they don't want to go to because the fans are crazy, believe it or not. Let's look here at some statistics now of this game. If we look at the ball position, we find it 69 for Arsenal. I am surprised with this, especially in the second half. I would agree with this percentage in the first half, but the second half, Manchester United they had the ball quite often. So I don't know. Arsenal had 69 and Man United 31%. Manchester United had 10 shots on target, 10 shots and 6 on target, and Arsenal had 17 shots and 6 on target. Very the same shots on target for both teams. And Arsenal had 9 corners, and Man United only had 2. That tells me that people figured Arsenal's way of playing their corners, which is okay. They tried to use what Liverpool used against Man City a couple times when they played the ball, like instead of playing it into the box, they played it out and tried to surprise them that way, which is good. I think when it comes to corners, like for teams, this is a general advice. Like, if you watch if you watch mixed martial arts, and they use like stand up and what do you call it, wrestling. If you if you what can I say, if you use your wrestling skills a little bit, like you can, if you use your wrestling attack from time to time, what you do to the other opponent, you make them question, is he gonna be a takedown, is he gonna be a punch, is he gonna, so you kind of confuse them. This is like the teams that get a lot of corners. Like man, sorry, I'm talking now. This is just between brackets, just for general. What can I say? Information. Like if you remember the game between Paris Saint Germain and Liverpool, Paris Saint Germain had, I don't want to give the wrong number, I think 12 corners. They all played the same way. All. Why don't you like mix it up? That way you can confuse the defenders. They don't know where the ball is. It going to be up? Is it going to be down? And it might work for you, right? Something I think teams need to do that. And I think Arsenal was doing that today. They were like mixing it up, and that's good because you can surprise surprise defenders and other teams like that. I would say generally this game was really good, really, really, really good. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the hard work of some people. Bruno Fernandes was good today, very good. As I said, Mazraoui today was fantastic. Man, this player really, really participated very well today with the team. I think he should play in that position more often. Like he was assisting, he was passing the ball, also even giving instructions in some moment. Good for him. Now, this is what's this is the elephant in the room, right? How big is this elephant? We don't know. If my mouse will mouse. Arsenal now is still in the second position with 55 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool has 70 points. That is 15-point variance between these two teams. That is crazy. That is really crazy. Holy moly. Man United still in the 14th position with the 34 points behind Tottenham. And we're going to shortly talk a little bit about that game of Tottenham and see what happened in that game. Man, good job for Man United. I think they should turn out like this more often because they can really play well sometimes. And I was really in moment of in this game sometimes, like the hard work, the resilience. Onana needs to put his act a little bit together. He had some really good saves, but I say some saves sometimes are not complete. Like when the ball like that landed in front of was it Rice, I think, and he kicked it up high, or he was offside. But anyway, like Onana like saved it well, but when he saves the ball, he puts it like well, let's use this side. Like this is like the goal, right? He clears it, then he clears it in front of here. Like this is the line. He cleans it in front of the goal here. Like, what are you doing? Like here, there is something you can do with your hands. Turn your hands that way, like that. You know that. I'm sure you know that better than me. Push it outside, buddy. This guy, like he had sometimes he clears the ball, but he clears it and he ended up a goal, right? Ah, man, especially in a game like this when you're working so hard, we don't want to really what can I say, kill the game for no reason. That's really really not good. He needs to put his act together, that guy. He really needs to. Let's talk about Tottenham versus Bournemouth. In this game, I chose Bournemouth to win based on their last performances, and this game ended up 2-2. Bournemouth scored first by Marcus, and they added the second by Invanilesen at the 65. Sorry, I couldn't really read his name properly. Then Spurs woke up and they had the first goal in the 67 minutes by Pap Matar Star, and they scored, and Son, the Korean international, scored the equalizer from a penalty shot at minute 84, and the game ended up 2-2. So again, in the previous game I talked about, I choose Man United, they draw, and I choose Bournemouth here, and they draw. Okay, that's why I don't gamble, because I will lose all the time. What can I say? Spurs had 12 shots, 4 on target. Bournemouth had 17 shots and 8 on target. Very efficient, even though they had less ball possession. They only had 39, and Spurs had 61. 6 corners for Bournemouth and only 3 for Spurs. And recently we saw this a lot with some teams. Like, they let you have the ball. You want the ball? You got it. It's your own field. You are going to have the ball more often. Play as much as you want. But guess what? We're going to hurt you when we get the chance, when it gets the counter attack. Let's look at our friends. Bournemouth are still in the 8th position with 44 points. And Tottenham 13th position with 34, sharing the same points with Man United. And there is another game that I got right. It was between Chelsea and Leicester City. I believe it was not an easy game for Chelsea, and that's what I expected to, because Leicester City is a good team. They just need few tweaks, I think, and maybe some couple players to help them, because the game ended up only 1-0, and the goal was scored by Mark Coricella, I think that's his name. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, buddy, but 1-0 for Chelsea. And if you look at some stats here, holy moly, 20 shots from Chelsea and 7 on target, 3 shots for Leicester City and 3 on target. Ball position 43 for Leicester and 57 for Chelsea. And the corners, holy, 12 corners for Chelsea and only 2 for Leicester City. Yeah, Leicester City, because they are really, as I said in the previous video yesterday, they are motivated to stay in the Premier League, but it is easier said than done, because they are still sitting in the 19th position with 17 points behind Ipswich, which has the same points and maybe more goals. So and Wolves is 17th position with 23 points. Chelsea is now 4th with 49 points, because they had a win today, and that's what we talked about yesterday. They are very close to Forest, very good, close to Forest, and it's going to be a very good competition between them and Forest and Man City. And of course, Brighton, these guys can fight for the 3rd position, no issues there. And you know what? Forest is getting closer to Arsenal too. It's only 4 points now, and they have the same amount of games. So we'll see what's going to happen there. Yeah, this weekend was really good. All teams really they fight for their chances at this end of the season. I am happy to see that. So this is my quick reaction to this game. I just watched for Manchester United and Arsenal. It lived to my expectations. I expected Man United to show up, and they did show up, and they had chances. Arsenal, they can be timid sometimes when to come to scoring. They worked very hard, but Man United were not taking a loss today. They had their what can I say? They had their eyes on at least getting a point today and performing very well in their home turf, and they did very well. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for today for the Premier League. We still have one game that is going to happen tomorrow. I'm gonna maybe do a reaction to that one quickly, but I just want to say again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I noticed somebody just subscribed again. So come on, guys, do what your neighbor does. Come on, you gotta subscribe to my channel and drop me comments and likes. I am trying to build a really, what can I say, very, very objective as much as I can channel when I talk about teams, especially teams that I don't really support much, but I try to be as what's the word, as objective as I can, because it's not easy sometimes, all the emotions. And when I watch other people who do like watch alongs and things like that, and they see the biasness it kills, kind of really bothers me. But everybody is different, so that's their way of doing things. For me, If I'm watching a team that I support, I am emotional too, and I want them to win. And but sometimes, to be fair and square, to be fair to everybody and all to every hardworking person in the game, we have sometimes to be honest and objective. Again, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Have a beautiful rest of your Sunday, and bye bye.